Bobbie.
Morning, Ginny. You look like death warmed over this morning. I guess that's a little tasteless, everything considered.
I think so.
Look, about the death of this guy, Brock, I just got handed this news bulletin, and I want you to lead off with that. Huh?
Let's look at it.
20 seconds there, everyone.
Want me to read this?
Yeah, why not?
Is it accurate?
Of course it's accurate. It's all approved and everything.
We have 5 seconds there, everybody.
I gotta
Here
go.
we're coming out in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good morning. This is Jenny Blake with the early morning news. Leading off the news today, this bulletin just in. Prominent Port Charles businessman D.L. Brock was found shot to death last night in his penthouse apartment.
Unbelievable.
This station has learned from a reliable source that his wife, Mrs. Bobbie Brock, was the only person in the penthouse at the time. Police claim they do have a murder weapon, but are not releasing any further information. No suspects are being held at this time. However,
No suspects?
police have been busy all night.
Sounds like this
tracking
guy's
down
wife's
all
looking to get
possible
single
leads.
fast.
You're a damn liar. Get the hell out of my cafe and get out now. Now,
Throw some
out.
light. Mrs. Brock is now in seclusion. She has not been formally charged, but witnesses observed a bitter fight between the Brocks at a party earlier in the evening. Police at the scene refused to comment on whether the couple's quarrel led to an outburst of violence at Mr. Brock's death. But one policeman made it clear that his death was not a suicide.
Why'd you do that?
Well, reports like that drive me crazy.
Is it true?
Whether it's true or not really isn't the point. I have been up all night working on this case, when I would have been better off back here getting a good night's sleep. If they're so big on speculating, let them go out and solve the crime themselves.
This station will have further bulletins as they develop. In other news this morning, Congress is expected today to go along with the president on his new proposals.
This report,
for Medicare
as much as
and
says Bobbie killed her own husband.
The word on
I would never do
Capitol Hill
anything
seems
like
to be the
that.
president is
I mean, she and Brock
convinced
did
that
fight, but
increase in tax is not the
I don't think
answer.
she would. You don't think that she
A
did it, do you?
reliable source
Be
indicated
quiet, Amy,
this
please.
morning
Well, I'm just
that the
asking. You want me to
White
turn it back
House
up?
is seeking new budget cuts to offset
looks terrible.
this deficit.
Too much partying last night.
The arms race
I mean, she looks
showed
ill,
signs of
Amy.
slowing today.
You
when
don't
the
think it's a
Secretary
heart
of
disease?
State announced that he was
Not sure,
hopeful
but
of
there's
beginning
something
new
wrong.
talks with the Russians very shortly.
What, did you see that big fight between Brock and his wife last night?
No.
Well, I was talking to some of the secretaries, and apparently it's not the first big fight the Brocks have had. In fact, rumor has it he's hit her a few times. No wonder she wanted to kill him.
There's no proof that she killed him.
No, there's no proof,
Yeah,
but I'm
well,
just saying.
just don't say anything. You're not the one to be playing judge and jury.
Sorry. Excuse me. See you later.
Jenny?
What?
Ah, there you are.
Hi.
Nice party. Everyone was really impressed with you.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear.
But you snuck out of here pretty early, didn't you?
What?
Just after we ran the tapes of your interviews and we had the question and answer period, I looked around and you were gone.
Yeah, well, it's been a long day at the hospital for Rick, and it was past Mike's bedtime.
I know the real reason.
Hmm.
Your modesty. I never realized how much you hate being the center of attention.
Does it really show that much?
Yeah, just to me. You know, but everything went beautifully. Now, back to business. This Brock homicide.
Why do you say homicide? The police haven't called it that yet.
No, not yet, but the way the bulletins are coming in, I mean, that's what it looks
Yeah,
like.
well, why don't we just not call it anything until we know the facts?
True reporter speaking. Hey, wait a minute, where are you going? I want you to stick around this morning.
Why?
Why? Because the bulletins will be coming in all the time. This is a big case. I want you to read them.
No, sorry.
Sorry? I don't understand this. I mean, I thought you'd want to be right in the middle of all this.
The
Jenny.
only place I want to be in the middle of right now is my bed. I'm exhausted.
All right, fine. All right, you go home, get some rest.
Thank you.
Do you want us to keep you posted?
About what?
About what? The Brock case.
I think I'll be hearing quite enough about that, Derek.
That's true. I'm just wondering when the police are going to let us know what they've really found out.
If you ask me, you don't need any more coffee. What you need is sleep.
I got too much to do this morning.
Like what?
Well, I got to take Bobbie's formal statement, for one. I got to go over to the hotel in a few hours.
I thought she was at the hospital.
Oh, we moved her and Terry into the hotel. Get him out of the way of the press.
Oh, they're having a field day over this. It's been all over the news.
Nothing like a tragedy, especially when it's somebody else's tragedy, to bring out the best in people.
Maybe it isn't.
What?
Well, I know it's an awful thing to say, but... I mean, everybody knows that Brock and Bobbie didn't exactly have the world's best marriage.
Well, a lot of people don't, but you don't try to shoot your way out of it.
Do you think she did?
Did what?
Kill him.
I've been too busy to think about it.
Well, you talked to her. How did she seem?
Upset, both she and Terry.
Oh, it must have been horrible for Terry finding her father like that. Can't you tell me anything more about it?
Well, from what we can establish, they were having a fight, Bobbie and Brock. Bobbie figured she could handle it and sent Terry off to get some help.
Well, if she needed help, it must have been a real knockdown, drag-out fight.
Well, Terry got hysterical. The elevator was either broken or stuck somewhere, and so she went down the stairs to the lobby. The lobby door was locked. She then went back up to the apartment, penthouse, whatever it is, and found Bobbie kneeling over Brock with a gun in hand.
Well, that doesn't sound too good.
Well, Bobbie claims that Brock knocked her out. She came to, more or less, as Terry was getting back in.
So what was she doing with the gun?
We don't know. It was Brock's gun. I wasn't able to get too much out of her, really. That's why I got to talk to her this morning. See if I can get more details.
What kind of details?
The time element, for one. It's crucial. We want to know if there was anyone seen around the lobby at the time of the murder.
Poor Bobbie. She's been through so much already with Brock. Now this.
Yeah.
Is Ruby with her?
Yeah. Help to move into the hotel.
Look, I got to have a shower and try to clear my head before I sit down and talk to Bobbie.
Hey, Ruby, you didn't have to do this.
I think I needed something to do.
Are you okay?
I've seen better days.
How are Terry and Bobbie doing?
As well as can be expected. Bobbie's got a mild concussion.
She's in the hospital?
They kept both of them in the hospital overnight. I took them to the Port Charles Hotel this morning, and I hope we're getting some privacy and maybe some rest.
Is there anything that I can do at all? Name it.
Honey, no. Thank you. No.
Did Bobbie tell you anything about what happened?
Nothing I want to talk about.
Yeah, well, I was just asking because of the news and all, you know.
Yeah. What are they saying?
The newscasters are hinting that
Bobbie murdered Dio.
Yep. But that's not what we're saying. That's just what it sounds like on the news.
Bobbie wouldn't kill anybody. Least of all, Brock.
Right.
Yeah, well, see, honey, but what they're saying is that they had this big, terrible fight, see.
They were always fighting. He was very rough on her.
Yeah, so why'd she stay with him so long and keep taking it, huh? You know?
Damn it, it's my fault.
How can you say that?
Because every time she left him, I shouldn't have let her go back to him.
Oh, come on, Ruby. I'm sure you did all you could do.
I tried to get her divorced and to break up her marriage. She forgave him. She kept on forgiving him. There had to be something more they could have done.
You can't blame yourself.
Kid's right, Ruby. What could you have done? She was in love with the guy.
Who's Ruby Anderson?
I am. What do you want?
Port Charles Tribune. Look, my paper's willing to pay you a lot of money for the inside story on why your niece murdered her husband.
Get out. Get out. Fast.
It's going to
right
come out.
Out of here.
Sooner
This
or
is my
later.
place. I don't want you in it. Out and stay out. You got me?